I've always believed that one of the best ways to get to know a country and its people is through its food. So, as you know, I live here in the Netherlands, but I thought today would be a fun video to do where I would go to the supermarket and buy some what I think are lesser known Dutch foods that would work for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and a dessert. Everything I got is from the supermarket, which means it's mass produced. So this is not going to be the best tasting version of this particular food. So let's just start with breakfast. So I picked up these two items here. The first one is Feinenberg ontbijtkoek, like a Dutch breakfast cake. So what I've learned is you're supposed to take this cake here and use a thin layer of butter. I heard that with this particular brand here, only 3 people in this company know the spice recipe, so it must be pretty darn good. Okay, it's not overly sweet, so for us Americans, you just have to get really used that, at least I found, especially in the Netherlands and Germany, these are the only 2 countries that I live, that things are not overly sweet, which I really, really, really love. But this actually could work. I could see me like grabbing this and taking it with me on the train. So the next breakfast item is bolletje beschout, and this is just the brand name here, bolletje, but beschout is what this is. And from what I understand, it's a twice baked piece of bread. Again, another thin layer of butter. And the cool thing about this is that you can make this sweet or you can make it savory. If you want to make it sweet, you would do like jam or honey, maybe even some fresh fruit. And if you want to make it savory, you can do cheese, avocado, I guess some kind of meat if that's what you want. So I'm hoping that this is a thin layer. I'm doing this for myself and the Patriot. And then I just have some mild cheese that I sliced up. It's actually Gouda kaas, so Gouda cheese. Okay, maybe I can change my opinion about eating breakfast. Maybe this is not so bad. So now we have a variety of different lunch options. One is that is from Noord-Brabant, which is a province here in the Netherlands. And this is a sausage bread, sausage roll. And you can get this from the supermarket, any bakery, even the train station. It is usually served warm. It's just a puff pastry with the sausage on the inside of it. I will admit I've had this before. It's totally fine. It's a quick on the go snack, so yeah, no muss, no fuss there. The next thing I want to try is Schmeerleverwurst, Schmeerleverwurst. And basically schmear just means spread. And I was told to try it with these crackers. I've never tried these crackers. I always get that brand Lu, I guess is how you would say it. But these are some ciabatta crackers. It's that same brand that you saw from breakfast. So again, I wanted to look for things that if you were staying in a hotel or maybe you just moved here to the Netherlands and you don't have everything hooked up in your place, but you're hungry and you don't want to go out to a restaurant or anything. That's why I picked these foods to make sure it was something relatively easy you could get to. But that's the consistency of what it looks like. Matter of fact, I've never had the schmear. I've had the one that's schneiden, so it's like sliced Leberwurst in Germany, but I've never had schmear, so the spreadable kind. But I will admit, I do like liver, so I'm going to believe that I would love this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. This cracker is a little more dense than the crackers that I'm used to. But I actually like the flavor. Hmm. The next lunch item that you can try, I just bought some Borken bread from Jumbo. You can see it has the Jumbo tag on the back of it. And this just means wheat bread. Whenever you see Vulcan written on something, a slice for myself and one for the Patriot. You need some mustard. I'm almost out. Oh, I forgot. In the Netherlands, I was told that you're always supposed to put for a sandwich a little bit, again, a thin layer of butter on the bread. Dutch people, if this is not true, please tell me, because I'll admit in America, the only time we put butter on bread is like if we're going to toast something. Wouldn't you say if we just toast something? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we just toast something. But I don't think we ever do it for sandwiches. Yeah, if we were making like a grilled cheese sandwich or something like that, then we put butter on the outside of the bread. But I was told you put a thin layer of butter on here. And then I got this boterhamverse, which translates into, it's gesneden, which means slice. So slice sandwich meat. Yeah, that's what it means. You should do the mustard with the butter. If I'm screwing this up, Dutch people, please forgive me. I am so sorry. I honestly don't know if I'm doing this the right way. But it's all going down the same way, so it should be fine, right? And we're supposed to take one slice of meat, and like you can just kind of fold it over like that and make like an open face sandwich. But of course, I'm trying to eat better, so I'm trying to add vegetables to everything that I eat. So yeah, we're gonna throw some lettuce in here. And again, you just get it from Jumbo. The Patriot doesn't want any vegetables on anything, so he's just gonna eat his like this. So I've never tried this boterhamverse. I think this could be a really easy sandwich. All right, the next option for lunch is one that I hear is a bit controversial here in the Netherlands, and the name has always thrown me. It's called Fillet American mit-ei. So mit-ei just means with onions, so you can see it's onions here on the side. But this actually has nothing to do with America. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen this in a supermarket in America. Have you?
I don't think so.
Okay. From what I understand, it's like steak tartare, but they've ground it up and added some spices to it. And apparently it has its roots in both the Netherlands as well as in Belgium. This is something that I've never tried. And I was told that you're supposed to try it with bread. So, and now I will try it. Doesn't smell bad. I will admit, is what I really smell is the onions. Like the onions are very strong, so I guess they're super fresh. I'm gonna try it first without the onion and then with the onion. So, okay, it's not terrible. I really wasn't expecting to like this at all because I'm not a huge fan of beef. It's okay. I'm glad I tried it because honestly, I didn't think I would like it at all. That's lunch. Now let's head to dinner. So now we've made it to the dinner portion, and what I have here is stamppot with rookworst. So this is literally mashed potatoes with spinach in it, and this is smoked sausage. I'll admit I cheated a little bit. Inside of my Jumbo here in Scheveningen, they have a lot of prepared food, and I'll show it to you on the screen. So I just bought the stamppot, but you can actually buy a box of this and just add milk or water. So like again, if you're in a hotel or you only have access to a microwave, you can warm the water, the milk up, mix it with this mixture, and you'll have stem pot. Of course, the better version is real potatoes with vegetables in it. It's a dish that is typically eaten in the colder months, but I couldn't leave this out because this is a beloved dish here in the Netherlands. Oh, okay. Maybe add a little salt and pepper, and I think it would be perfect. Now, these were some vacuum packed smoked sausage. Mm, okay, not bad. We have one more thing to try for the dinner piece. That would be this. So you can see I left it in the pack. This is warm gekookt mackerel fillet, which basically means it's warm smoked mackerel fillet. And then I was told to eat this with aardappel salad, which is basically aardappel salad, potato salad. Yeah. And I look for a brand called Yoma, which is from the region of Twente. And it says that they have a secret grandmother's recipe. I actually like that brand, but they didn't have any more potato salad, so I just got the Jumbo brand here. I'll just grab that one. And this is the first time I've ever tried this, so let's see. That's not bad. Okay. The potato salad is not bad. I prefer that other brand, Yoma. I hope I'm saying that correct, but all right. Next, we're gonna move over to snacks. Where is snacks? And I picked two. These. And I know you're probably thinking, Lay's, isn't that an American brand? And it is. But this patachi yopi flavor is made and produced in the Netherlands for the Dutch market. And the reason being is this yopi flavor that they use when they have frites or french fries. And basically it is supposed to be a creamy, slightly tangy and sweet sauce. So we're going to try these. I'll be honest, I usually, if I buy chips, it's the natural flavor. So you want to try one? All right, let's see. Mmm. That's actually nice. I like that flavor. All right, and next up is a, oh God, am I going to pronounce this correct? Jodekoek. But I've got one that has chocolate cacao on the side. And it says on here that this brand has been around since the 1920s. And apparently this is actually a town here in the Netherlands. And that's where this actually comes from. In the early 20th century, there was a bakery in this town that acquired it and to begin mass producing these cookies. So here you go, babe. One for you. All right. I'm gonna try it first without the chocolate. It's not super sweet, again, which I love. It's a buttery flavor. Let's try it with the chocolate. Guys, I just think anything with chocolate on it is freaking delicious. And this is no different. So, yeah. I can't believe we've never tried these before. So the last thing is a dessert. And this comes from the Limburg province here in the Netherlands, which is down south. Vlaai. And came from Jumbo. And of course, there are different varieties. But because this had 3 different types in one box for €7, I was like, okay, I get to try 3 different ones at one time. So now, maybe you guys know, honestly, I don't, what the flavors are. I looked on the label, it didn't say what it was, but I believe this one is the cherry one, and this is the one that I've seen on Google. But I don't know what these two are. So in the comments, if you know, please let me know if what the actual name is. But let's just try this one first. That's good. I know I said almost everything is good. When something's not good, I will let you know. All right, what is this one? It looks like it's some kind of custard on the inside of this one. It's not bad. I'm not a custardy person. So far, this one in the middle is my favorite. And then this one here, let's see what this is on the inside. Oh, it looks like apples or some kind of fruit on the inside. Mmm. Um, that one is good. I gotta find that person's name and thank them for telling me about this. Maybe I shouldn't because I'm trying to lose weight. And now you've introduced me to this. And this could be a slippery slope downwards. There you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this full day of Dutch snacks. So the next time that you're in the Netherlands, one of these different provinces, please check them out because each province has its own specialties. I mean, they have their own dialect, and you can see that they have food from those regions. Excuse me. And it's really tasty. So the Netherlands isn't just bitterballen and kibbeling and raw herring, even though those things are good. They have other food. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.